Have you ever had an idea for a song and thought, I'll remember that. It's so good, I can't possibly forget it. And then what? You forget it! In this video, I'm gonna give you some tips to make sure that never happens again. Hello, watcher Hexspa. Welcome to my channel. My name is Michael Carrillo, aka Hexspa, and here I release original music as well as music making tutorials every Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're new, go ahead and click subscribe and leave a comment to introduce yourself. So I'm starting a new series called Songwriting Quick Tips. And I was kind of wondering, what kind of tutorial should I be making? You know, I do a lot of different things. Obviously, I make music from scratch, the songwriting all the way through the production and promotion. So I got a book here called 101 Songwriting Wrongs and How to Write Them. I don't know if you can see that. I know I'm a little overexposed today. You can pick up this book in the description, but I'm basically gonna walk you through every single one of them, week by week. It's like story time for songwriters, and that's what we should be focusing on. So, lesson 1 is called Hit Record. And I've got 3 basic tips out of this chapter. So, number 1, eavesdrop on your surroundings. You should be listening to everything around you because that's where the inspiration is. Not only the things that come out of your mind, but things around you, like soundscapes. You might be listening to cars, or you might be in a restroom and hear a cool resonant noise. I know that sounds weird. You don't want to record people farting or anything, but you can definitely get soundscapes if you bring a recorder with you. Or they just might be playing cool music at the mall or whatever, and that can give you inspiration for lyrics or for your productions. Another thing to listen for is conversations. You might want to listen for their inflections. Maybe it's a woman from the South, or maybe a black dude from New York. They're all going to, or a French guy, a French transvestite, you know, in a pool hall. They're all going to sound different. You want to listen to the topics people are talking about, because if they're interested enough to talk about this topic, it might be interesting enough to have a song about it. You know, if they're talking about a breakup, that's cliche, but maybe they're talking about their business, and you can write a song that's related to that. It might inspire you. So another thing you can get is the characters, which is related to their inflections. It should be like a whole picture. So that gay transvestite from, you know, Africa or whatever, he might give you some, fodder for a song. The second tip is have a recorder. Now, in this day and age, we all have our phones, but do we all use them? I have voice memos on my iPhone docked. So I just open it up. I think I might even be able to get it from, I don't think I can get it from my lock screen, but right there from my home screen, I have the recorder and I use it all the time. Another thing I use is just notes. The notepad, the yellow one, I use that all the time. I have a folder for creative ideas, for video ideas, for t-shirts, which I'm going to be having out soon, so look out for those. Take advantage of it because it's very convenient. You can sync it right to iTunes. Maybe even if you have an Android phone, you can do that, and you got your whole playlist of stuff right there. So you can just import your song right there into your DAW, and that serves as a great foundation for your production. If you don't have your phone available, your phone's dead, use a napkin. No one's going to really carry around manuscript paper, but if you're at your writing station, then you should definitely have 2 pencils, an eraser, a pen, everything. You need to have everything ready to go. You can even leave one by your bed, because a lot of people wonder, well, how can I capture an idea that I had when I was dreaming? And these are like the white whales or whatever. They're the hardest because you have these phantom dreams that are amazing, perfect music, and they're really hard to capture. But if you have a recorder ready to go by your bed, then you stand the best chance. Just leave airplane mode on so you don't fry your brain with radiation. This is something that a lot of professionals do. I guess one of the most prolific songwriters of all time, this is his secret. About manuscript paper, it's very helpful because it helps you develop melodies technically. So if you have in your verse, your melody is very flat, then you know that you can do more of an arch for your chorus, or you can do, you know, a descending melody or whatever. I really find using manuscript paper to be extremely helpful when I'm writing, because I can see where everything is. I don't have to just rely on intuition or whatever. I'll know, okay, well, I have a flat melody starting on the 3rd of the key for my verse, and then the chorus, well, I'll go up to the 5th and make it ascend, or however I decide. So, and it also helps with ear training if you're just transcribing your ideas by ear. So pick a key, always write your song in the same key if you don't have an instrument with you, and then you can go ahead and pick the best key for your voice later when you're actually doing your arrangement. A couple things I want to play for you which illustrate this point is first the Cowboys from Hell riff. I don't know if you guys are into metal, but Pantera, one of their first albums, it's not their first album, but it's one of them, Dimebag recorded a riff and it was just in his room. And I guess he liked how it sounded so much and he couldn't recreate it in the studio. So they just used the recording off the tape. So here it is. I don't know if it's the first one or the actual riff, but this is what it sounds like. I don't know if it's that. You hear how when that comes in, the tone is totally different. So those two beginning riffs might be the ones that he captured. And then the second example I want to give you is from a band called Faith No More. You might be familiar with them. And no, I don't have this album in iTunes. I'm sorry, but this song, Land of Sunshine, was supposedly written entirely of fortune cookie slogans. So I've seen these, actually. I think I'm going to point you to two of them. So here's the first one. So you have a winning way, so keep it. And then the second one is at 106. Rejoice. Look for the dream that keeps coming back. That's gonna lead me into this next point, but definitely it just goes to show that songs can come from anywhere. And the last point is forget it. Not just forget your ideas, because more than likely you're gonna, and you don't want to. So what you want to do is come up with an idea. This is what happened to Willie Nelson, was he was just driving along and he wrote crazy just in his mind. Crazy. I actually kind of crazy for feeling so blue. I think that's how it goes. But he didn't write it down. I guess he just thought, hey, if it's good enough, I'll remember it. And sure enough, he did. And that was the hit that broke him. So I find this a lot with my own music. I write a song and I'm like, I don't even know if it's good. But then I think back to it later and I'm like, man, it must be good if it comes back to me. So, you know, if that works for you, fine. But I would say that that's the minority of you. I would say the majority of you need to have a voice recorder and, you know, keep your songwriting ear open at all times. So hopefully this is helpful to you guys. Pick up this book. The link is in the description. I'm an Amazon affiliate, so I'll get like 10 cents if you get it through that link. But every 10 cents counts. It motivates me more than anything. I wanted to know if this is helping you guys, because I hate nothing more than to put up a video and have it get like 5 views, and like I know 4 of those are mine. So definitely leave a comment. Let me know how you guys are enjoying this. Hit subscribe. Once again, that also encourages me. And I'm probably not going to blog on this anymore. I was blogging and I'm just like kind of disillusioned with the whole thing. So I make music. Obviously, you guys can check links in the description for my original music, but I cannot just make music all the time. I'll go crazy. So I really like to share these things. Plus, I want to become like the best songwriter I can. And they say by teaching, you learn, and all that stuff. So once again, I hope this was helpful. I publish every Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you haven't, subscribe and click turn notifications on. Okay, thank you very much. Peace.